You know it's not snowing again. I can't see this. I keep forgetting to put my contacts in. Let's just do that right now. Hey, welcome back, girl, boy.
Hell no.
Anywho, welcome back to my channel. Coming back. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my last video if you did. Thank you for following me if you did. Subscribing, you know the deal. So this video is going to be a little bit different, and hold on, let me put my eyeballs in. Okay, so like I said, got my eyeballs in now. I can see. This video is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to talk a little bit about mental health because this topic is like so touchy for everybody and every, you know, anywhere, like on social media, at your jobs, just in general, your relationships, what have you. Then we have situations like I forgot the mom's name on TikTok, and you know, people spazzing in stores, or people just not knowing what to do, and then they just, you know, because they, you know, feel like they don't have support or don't have anybody to talk to, or they can't talk about it because, you know, there are a lot of people that once you do talk about it, they kind of make you feel bad for talking about, like they bring it back at you in a way that makes you never want to open up to someone else again about it. So we're going to talk a little bit about mental health in a second because I'm looking for something. Okay, so I'm gonna do my face while I talk about this because that's the most comfortable way for me to talk about it, because it is hard to talk about. Okay. So I finished my fast.
Well, shit.
I got coffee. Okay, so let me tell you, I tried coffee yesterday and I was like, ooh,
Why is it spicy?
coming off of a fast. So I'm gonna stick with my dirty chai. So this is a dirty chai, and I think that just might be my drink now after my little fast. Last year I was, let me hold on, I gotta make quotes because, you know, I don't claim with generalized anxiety disorder, and this was after a few times going to therapist. Not even a few times, this was just after going to a therapist and after a breakup. And I knew I needed like help, but I didn't know how and didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I needed medication. I had been going back on medication like in my head for a while because I didn't want to go in the doctor's office and say,
Hey, I need medication, I need help.
like, it's the most nerve-wracking thing in the world to do, but I did it, and I'm very proud of myself for doing it and taking that step, because at first when I went in there, I was still in a relationship, and it was beginning end, so it was in the middle of, like, we had broken up but we got back together. So during this time I felt like I needed it to be successful in my relationship, and that right there is something that a lot of people will say, like, oh, you know, my partner thinks that I'm this, my partner thinks that I'm that, and it shouldn't be like that. So I went in the doctor's office and I was
Like, yo, my partner thinks I'm crazy. So
she kind of laughed at me because that was how I said it, because I didn't know how else to say it, because what do I say? So she was like, okay, we can start you on this, the very, you know, lowest dose, and it's been helping. It's been life-changing, actually. And at first I was scared to, you know, tell my family. I was scared to mention it to, you know, certain people, and because in this community. A lot of us don't believe in it. We don't want to accept it, and it's hard and it hurts, because at the end of the day, it's helping. And what helps. If, you got a headache, you take something. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna be on this forever. I don't want to be on it forever. I'm literally still on the lowest possible dose, like the lowest possible dose. I had a plethora of things all adding up to this, starting with having a child during COVID. So children rock your world, just in general. Having a child, you're gonna deal with postpartum, and during COVID, I couldn't have the help of my family. I had my oldest at home. Like, I literally had Bree 2 weeks after lockdown. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to have somebody in the room. I was able to have someone in the room. I ended up with preeclampsia. I had preeclampsia, lockdown on COVID, can't have my family. My daughter's in the other room doing homework or whatever else, and she's going through it because she's in lockdown. She's in middle school. I'm trying to keep my family together. Bree had a lip tie, so she's not getting milk from me. I'm feeling like a failure because I can't breastfeed my baby. Still trying to keep my family together, still trying to make dinner while I, trying to figure out what's going on with my milk situation, trying to find the right milks for Bree. Bree was premature and she had a little bit of an undeveloped lung, so we had to figure out bottles for her. So all this is going on. I'm still trying to remain. Hey guys. So that's why I'm like, it'd be the people that are out here that are inside barely keeping it together, because I was barely keeping it together. So we had a situation with Bree where, she unfortunately swallowed a bottle cap, and we had to get her into the emergency room. That's another story in itself, and I'll go deeper into that later on, but it was just the most terrifying way to wake up, is your baby choking to death, and you save their life. So I had that, and she was like 8 months when that happened, and you need to surround yourself with the correct people. So family, like, usually I would say blood are the best people to be around if you're going through it mentally, because they're not going to make you feel bad about it, or just they're gonna help. They know you, they know something's off. I actually had Kylie Young, so I have had a lot going on in my life, and during that time I wasn't asking for any type of help. So you really have to check on your people. You know how people are always like, oh,
check on your people.
Like, for real though, because things like that can literally make you sick. If you are not taking care of yourself mentally, because think about it, mental health, you will get sick. So after all that, and after a breakup, I was sick because I was holding it all in, and I wasn't letting anybody know, and I was just taking it all in and just trying to fix it and be a mom and take care of my family. Listen, I was sick, physically sick. TMI, keep things inside of my body. If you know. I could not eat right. I was losing weight like crazy. And then, because your health, your mental health is connected to your health, right? So my immune system was shot. I never really got sick like that before. And I was sick all the time. I I was in the emergency room 3 times, once with a stomach bug, once with an anxiety attack, like a real life anxiety attack. It made me feel like I was dying. Okay. 3rd time, migraine. Never knew I had migraines until I had them. And let me tell you, that is not anything I wish upon anybody. Like, ooh, I was sick. I had to drop out of school. Once I actually did start taking my medication, I felt so much better because I was doing things like, I was so reactive, and you know, you get to a point where you feel like, okay, well, what else can I do? If I feel like this, just this sad, this stressed, this all this, what else can I do? So you do extreme things. You become extreme, even though it's not you. Like, it's just what you're going through, a pile of junk. Surround yourself with people who care, with people who will genuinely help you, and not, you know. I notice a lot of the times in the Black community that when we tell someone, hey, I feel, you know, a little weird, they're like,
oh man, you crazy.
And that's it. So when someone says that to you, you don't want to do anything. There are situations where people will literally be manic and start talking about, oh yeah, God told me to tell you this and this and this and this. Next thing you know, they go on a rampage, and then people are like, well, what happened? His mental state. People's mental state. Listen to your people. You know, I say all that to say, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Even if you got a lot going on, take care of yourself. Because I realized that I couldn't take care of my kids. Not in the sense of like, oh, I can't do anything, I can't get up out of bed and I'm just in bed. No, it was just, I was disassociating so much. The way I disassociated, and I did it in the video. My last video I did it, and I was like, dang, I didn't even realize, you know, it was that deep. You just need the proper people around you. And we need to be okay with talking and asking for help. Therapy helps. Going to the gym helps. Faith definitely helps. And I'm not talking to like posting an Instagram about your faith. Like, I'm talking real life faith. And if you don't believe in that, believe in something. Okay? I always ask people that when I'm like first start dating them. Like, what do you believe in? Believe in something. Please. Because at the end of the day, it's you and whatever you believe in sitting there in the dark room. There are hotlines you can call. I'm grateful that I do have my family. And even after, you know, I told them I was on medication, they didn't call me crazy. Oh my goodness. You know, they don't bring up me in certain situations and try and, you know, use that against me. And, you know, a lot of people will do that, but what are you gonna do? You can't control other people, but you can control yourself. That's what I've learned. You can control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, do what you need to do to actually help you control yourself. Take a break from social media. Social media will have you thinking that you need to do this, you need to have this. And it will literally, like, people think that, oh no, it's not bothering my mental health. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's making you anxious. It's making you, you know, feel like what you have isn't enough. What do you think that is? What do you think that is?
Past traumas? Unresolved issues?
We all have it. I don't care who you are. We all have it. take care of yourself. If you are afraid for whatever reason to talk to someone, don't be. You can find some help somewhere. So if you're in a situation where you're living with someone who is kind of antagonizing you and making you feel like you're crazy, or you know, any of that, get out of there. There are places to go. There are places to go. There are people that want to help you. You know, find the right people. So like I was saying about myself, like just, oh girl, I'm literally getting my tubes tied because I'll be damned if I get pregnant again and I end up with preeclampsia. Girl, I was almost dead.
I almost died.
Do you know what that feels like? That is traumatizing itself, girl. And then the situation with Brie, oh my God. Don't just be out here holding stuff like that in. When I finally went to my family about everything, they were like, why didn't you talk to us? You know? Because finally I had to. And I mean, you'll get to the point where you feel like, all right, this is it. I gotta say something. Otherwise, like, I was embarrassed. Oh my God, I was embarrassed to, you know, mention things that I've done because of my mental unawareness. Like, just,
I'm being vague here, but basically, I went crazy.
girl, it's embarrassing. But I've gotten the help. I'm on the generic for Lexapro. Lexapro is for anxiety, I believe. That's what she told me.
Really do your research before going into the doctor and see what's best for you, and then go from there.
ADHD, that's what I think I really got. But it is helping. Oh my gosh, it's helping. I don't feel weird. I don't feel suicidal. Like, you know, they say, I don't have any brain zaps. In the beginning it was weird. It was hard to get adjusted to it. But like I said, I'm on the lowest possible dose. Low, girl. Actually also started working out more. I was not working out as much as I used to. And I've gotten back in the gym. And that helps. It helps. Sometimes you don't want to admit it because you really don't want to get up and go work out. But it helps. Being around my girls helps. You have to find, that was ugly. You have to find what works for you. What works for me may not work for you. Therapy worked for me, it may not work for you. You may need a group setting, not just, you know, a one sit-down therapist. Church may not work for you. Going to a mosque may. Going and sitting, I don't know, in the middle of a forest may. And don't ever feel ashamed. I don't know how many times I gotta say that, because a lot of us, we feel ashamed. Like, I don't want to admit it, and it's like the last, you know, shebang, and here you are on TikTok crying. Talk to someone. Talk to someone. Or here you are, oh my God, the story with the mother on TikTok, I don't remember her name, but she was postpartum and, you know, had postpartum psychosis, I believe that's what it's called. I didn't experience that. I experienced, you know, postpartum, but a little bit of baby blues with, a little bit of baby blues. Thankful that I didn't go through anything like that. Like, what? People are like discussing on TikTok about how this lady, you know, who unfortunately took the lives of her children, was, you know, in a not so great mental state. And then they were comparing it to because she was a nurse too. She was I think a NICU nurse. I'm not sure. I'll put down here somewhere what kind of nurse she was.
Wait a minute. Because if anything, I'm gonna make fun of myself before you do. Boy, that face.
But she was also the same type of nurse that the black lady who crashed her car was. And she was in some sort of, you know, mental disarray as well. And people are upset because the way that they're painting this mother, it's a little bit more nice than the way that they painted that other lady. And I mean, what do you expect? This is America.
Don't catch you slipping now.
And that's why I say, if you are get help. Surround yourself with the right people. Do not be afraid. There are helplines. I will put a helpline on here. There is this cute phone number that you can, if you're feeling down, that has a class of little kids basically saying affirmations or just saying positive things. And I actually called it one time and it was so sweet, it made me cry. But I love kids, and that's usually what gets me out of my funk. I really just wanted to talk about that, just because it's taboo. People don't talk about it. People don't want to talk about it. It's embarrassing. It's, oh God, she's crazy. It's so hard to like, and I let people know when I date them, hey,
I got a little bit of a tick. I'm just kidding.
I don't say it like that. Yeah, I do. But, you know, I let them know, and a lot of people don't want to deal with that. I get that. Don't deal with it, because there will be someone that will support me and that will be there and, you know, want to help me and want to love on me, because I see so many women. I know women who are on medications as well, and their men are amazing, not even just on medication. They're a little, you know, cuckoo, and they have the most amazing men, and vice versa. There are men out there with a little dick and their women are so supportive, and that's what it takes, is empathy. The world needs a lot more empathetic people and compassionate people. Stop taking videos of people having moments and meltdowns in Walmart. Stop, you know, using someone's mental health against them, and then them not feeling, making them not feel adequate, and then they feel like, you know, help people. Empathy, love, support, compassion. Have compassion. You know, it's not that hard. Thank you for hanging out with me today and listening to me talk about my mental health. I will hopefully put, you know, numbers and stuff that you can call. They have, you know, therapy for Black girls. I love that. I was just introduced to that, but my therapist is Black. I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully it won't be anything, you know, me talking too much. I kind of want to do a Valentine's Day look. It's not like I have a Valentine, but whatever. I can manifest, can't I? You can fight your mom. I don't really care.